didn't even want to make this video, but I feel I need to. Groundhog Day again, as it has been over the past 2 years. Let me get into my trading day before explaining the humiliation that occurred. So I came in just before the open around here and saw that we'd had, in the overnight, a bit choppy, but mainly downward action here. We had a downtrend, break new low, and this uptrend after the open, break new high. I was quite happy here just to sit out. Yesterday I'd taken one loss after 4 minutes of the open, so happy here just to let the market decide where to go. Honestly, at the time, because I remember here, I was looking for a failure in the other direction. I think I must have been playing something like this, a wider uptrend. But now looking at it, that's, not the best. I think it was like this, break new high. Down channel doesn't really give you a good entry here. I'll zoom in. And have a break new low. We have a higher low, Mac might mark this one. I was looking for a failure above the EMA, but didn't give a setup. And again here, trying to look for a wider channel or some decent fitting channel. But I drew this one and decided that we had overshoot, and then we had this down channel. Really disappointed here not to get a good second entry short. Had the order waiting. So I have this down channel, first entry short, and each of these candles had a wick and started to come down. Here it would open, went up, zoom in a bit more, wick up, came down, and each time I thought, we might be getting a second entry short, but it didn't happen, and it happens here in this candle with a huge wick, no way to get in. And a shame, because it would have worked out a very nice runner. So let's get into the humiliation time, the embarrassment of today. We've had this down channel, break, new low. We continue down here at this point. I'm thinking maybe it's just a continuation or a new low of this channel, but we kept going down. So I drew this separate down channel. In any case, break new low. Fundamentals of PATS system is that once you have a break and a new low, you stop looking for trades in that direction. I'm going to make an excuse, which I shouldn't be making, but again, I said in another video, stop watching streams of other people, or always stop listening to it, because then it clouds my judgment, and I let myself get influenced. Because I was listening to people saying that the price is going to keep going down. We have targets below. At the time, I had this drawn like this. And after not getting an entry here, no entry on the way down, I make any excuse to go short. We have a first entry, second entry. This is the entry bar, personally. This one here. In my head at the time, I think I said this swing is lower than this one, so we can reset the count. First entry short, second entry short. Sideways, right on the EMA. We'd had 2 big legs down. I mean, why are we trying to force these trades? Anyway, but if I'd taken the loss, as I should have, yeah, wouldn't have been good. I'll walk you through my disaster. Even as I place the order here, I'm thinking, this is wrong. What are we doing? As soon as I get ticked in, it starts to reverse. And my ego immediately knows that we have been trapped like a chump. Trapped like a chump. And I know that Mac is going to reset the count here for a failure and mark this candle in the opposite direction. And that would have been the second day in a row this has happened to me. And my ego refused to take it. And my finger took over. And in a voice in my head said, no, we're not fucking accepting this. And I went ahead and moved to stop all the way up here. I'm not fucking accepting this loss. How many times? Like fucking, I laugh now, but seriously, how many times are we going to do this? We just sat and watched in pain as it did this, and eventually by here the eval was blown. So we'd been working on it. This is a story as old as time, at least as old as my 2-year journey, trading or car crash of a journey, where we work on an eval or a PA for a week, 2 weeks, maybe even 3. And in the course of 10 minutes, we take all that progress and shove it. And just idiot, just... You know, after this, I think it got to about... I'll zoom out again. I kept charting as I sat at my desk thinking, what have we done? Why do we do this? What are we going to do now? But about this time, my wife asked if I wanted to go out for a coffee, and that was definitely the best course of action. And my wife is actually studying a lot about manifestation, or manifesting what you want to be, your situation that you want. And at one point she did ask me, do I see myself as a trader professionally full time? And something I need to think about is that question. Because the past couple of days I was thinking, well, trading's been going okay. We must be due that blowout day. We must be due that day where we just blow it all. And that was a thought in my mind. And I don't know if subconsciously I just don't think I can do this, or subconsciously think I don't deserve it, or I have some self-sabotage switch in my mind. Because we are making the same mistake over and over, and every month for the past 2 years has been the same. 1 to 2 good weeks of trading, and then 10 minutes of blowout. Eval gone. And 1 year in, I could make the excuse that it was the beginning, but 2 years, I mean, my wife has let me do this for 2 years now with very little to show for it. And it's about time there were some results. But just say, I mean, I laugh now, but really, something needs to change. And yeah, just accept the loss. So I did put together some ideas here. First one, follow rules. Yeah, we'd had here break new low. Don't look for shorts again. Like if the market wants to keep going down, let it create a new trend. And if not, trade the other direction, but don't just assume we're going somewhere. A plus setups. I say this every day, but I need to bash it into my head that we need to wait for these A plus setups and just trade those. Especially with a negative risk reward strategy, you can't take stupid losses because each loss needs at least 2 wins to get back to where you were. Place trade and walk away. So now I'm going to concentrate on smaller accounts because I took this 150k account with Apex with the idea, oh, I can use runners. Say runners change the math, but if you're not taking if you're not accepting losses, the runners don't mean shit. So I'm going to go back to the smaller accounts and just use a scalp. Because, well, point being here is that I placed the trade, but I would sit at my desk to manage the runner afterwards. But if I just go for the scalp, I can place a trade. I have ATM and stop placed, and then just walk away for 10-15 minutes and come back to the desk afterwards to see what happened. And walk away after the loss if there is a loss. Another thing I need to do is try to laugh about losses. I can't remember where I read this, but someone did talk about laughing with a loss. Because I should have done this here. If I had just said, when I took this trade and saw that I was immediately trapped, and if I just laughed it off and went, oh, no, 2 days in a row, trapped like an idiot, and just accepted the loss and moved on, would have been okay. But as soon as I see that I'm trapped, I took it extremely personally. Immediately felt really negative, really angry, took it to heart, let it attack my ego. And I just need to laugh about it. I just need to laugh about it, accept it, have a chuckle, and move on. I don't know how many times I have to say it to myself. I just look at my journal, the win rate. If I accept these break-even periods, a few days of break-even, a win-win loss, win-win loss, at some point I have 5, 10, 15 wins in a row. I just need to accept this, having a bad day. I don't know if it's hard because I don't know if it's been hard to transition from an office job where you get paid for sitting at your desk and then you have a fixed income at the end of the month. Maybe I'm having a difficult time adjusting there. But yeah, these are my conclusions after today. And just try and vision myself as the trader I want to be. But I say this so often, and then when I start trading, it's like I'm in the trenches of a war. So yeah. So I came back to my desk, so and I came back in this mess here, down here. In this mess here. We'd made this downtrend here, break new low. Would I have trusted this wider trend? I don't think I would have, because I do like free, clear touches, and here we just blasted through. However, it would have been good to see how this formed in real time, because what I see is a lower high confirming a second entry short. It looks like you would have got stopped out in this big bar here, like a failure. So maybe a failure here is a good trade if you trust this wider downtrend. But again, I don't see a very good third touch. In any case, I started charting in here. And to be quite honest, I find it quite hard coming back to my desk afterwards and charting how the price action has been going. Usually it should be easier in hindsight, but I find that a bit more difficult. But in any case, I saw that we were going sideways and I tried to draw this range. We had this, I drew this wider uptrend here. And no clear break, but we come back down, break new low. And yeah, we were just going sideways. I was, again, trying to force a trade here. So I should explain that when my tilt, I bought a 25k take profit trader eval. And I'm not an affiliate with them, but I will give them kudos for free. In my emotional state, I forgot to apply the coupon. So instead of paying $90 for the eval, I paid $150. And I emailed them and explained what had happened. And within 5 minutes, they replied and said they would refund the difference and apply the promo code after. So kudos to them for that. But in any case, I forced the trade. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? We just had a crap day and a fresh eval, which is, we take profit trader quite expensive compared to Apex because you're not paying a PA fee at the end. And I tried to convince myself this bar here was a triple test. And I could argue that there's the uptrend here, a lot of congestion, new high, and this could be also like a failed breakout of this, but this is just forcing trades. Thankfully, we got a 2-point scalp, and I thought, okay, I just shut it down and make dinner. If Mac is playing the range, maybe this lower high could be an option. But overall, I mean, I forced a trade and I didn't really see many other options to enter. But quite frankly, I wouldn't even trust myself with this charting today. Yeah, just one of those days where, as I said, it's just a blowout day, Groundhog Day again. And yeah, I've went for the smaller account size because maybe one of the issues with 150k account with Apex, 9k target. And even though I said in the other videos that I wasn't going to concentrate on passing the eval, I was going to use it as a sim. Still in my head, I was thinking, oh, how much do I need to pass this eval? Oh, it's going to rebill in 3 weeks, and oh, it's going to rebill at $200. So the smaller accounts, I mean, with Take Profit Trader, it's 1-for-1 risk reward. It's 1.5k target, 1.5k drawdown. I don't feel I've rushed to hit the target. I know I shouldn't be thinking about this, but 2 years in, I have to show results to my wife. Like, I have to be honest, I have to show some dollars here, some payouts. So yeah, it's time to show results. But yeah, a day like that, hate making this video, but had to be done. I can't even stop looking at this without hysterically laughing. But again, lessons from today: follow rules strictly. It's okay to miss a trade. That's what I need to learn. If I'm not 100% sure on it, not 100% happy, just skip it. If it's a good trade, fine, fair enough, but I had my reasons for skipping it. A plus setups. I don't know if I have to physically slap myself in the face for this to take effect in my brain. That's, I don't know how many times, 1 millionth time of telling myself. Now we're just going to scalp out in full, not worrying about runners. Allows me to place a trade and just walk away. And try to laugh about the losses. And try to really just think completely differently about losses. Don't take it to heart. Don't let it bruise my ego. And just take it as a learning experience. So, a way to drown my sorrows in wine, and come back tomorrow, hopefully refreshed and in a better mood. Just take tomorrow easy. It's Friday. Try not to force anything. And yeah, try to make this the last ever time of making this video about a blown account, about a stop loss moved, breaking the rules, blowing an eval in 10 minutes. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and if you made it this far, thank you, and I hope I didn't depress you too much. And hopefully tomorrow's video will be much happier. Thanks, and peace out.